My name is Navin Kotian. I'm from Bombay, born and brought up in Bombay. I studied in Bombay. I did my engineering from a place called Shega. Then I did my MBA from NMIMS. I have a wife, Dipali, who's a doctor who practices in Bombay, Goregaon. I have a son, Siddharth, who's 21, who's doing his engineering. That's family. That's all is where I met Rao. When Rao decided to do something on the entrepreneurship at Aujas, that is when we connected. And back in 2008 is when Samir, Rao, Manjula, me started Aujas. It's been 15 years at Aujas now, getting on to the 16th year. Those were the interesting days. I think the first 4-5 years, raising the funding, setting up offices in 3-4 geographies, setting up the Middle East office, the US office, hiring the first few employees, hiring the sales teams, going after our first customers, winning the first few customers, getting our first few practice heads, starting each of the delivery. I think the first 4-5 years, 3-4 years of the company were good fun. Secondary is when we raised our Series B with IV Cap and Rajasthan Ventures. That became the second phase of growth. A lot of hard work then, growing from almost 100 employees to about 500 employees. And then the last phase is when NSCIT acquired Aujas about 4-5 years back in 2019. Is when the last 5 years I think has been very interesting in terms of scaling from 100 crores to where we are, working in the NSCIT ecosystem.
I think today we have strong leaders across geographies, be it US, be it Middle East, be it India, across the countries we work in. We have people from 15 or 16 different nationalities working for us. I do wear a lot of hats at Aujas. I think there's no function in Aujas which I have not handled or done. Everything from operations, delivery, HR, TA, marketing, IT, finance, sales, practice. So it started small, but I think over the period I've handled added hats as time has passed. As I call jack of all trades, master of being the jack. The only reason I'm able to do what I'm able to do is because of that. We play a critical role in terms of enabling and making cybersecurity happen. What we do is basically work with the larger companies, people in what we call critical infrastructure, telecom companies, banking, insurance, IT services companies, digital identity companies. So that's the Aujas stage. First one would obviously be starting Aujas, 2008. I think the second would be when I took up the CEO role. I think that was a big shift in terms of what I was doing earlier to the new thing. And I think a lot of learnings, a lot of things which I picked up, a lot of good things which happened around that. I've been doing that for the last 10-12 years now. I think the third thing would be the NSE acquisition. I think during the process of when the sale was happening, the acquisition, post-acquisition, I think a lot of interesting work that we now do at NSCIT with Murli and team and everybody. I think that was another phase which was very, very interesting.
Most people who know me know that I don't start early. So the first half of my day is what I call me time. I do my morning is do my reading, my yoga, my meditation, catching up on news, do some amount of writing time. I generally like to finish all of that before I start work. But I think once I finish work, it's what I call fun time. So that's when it is catching up with friends, going for a walk, going for a movie, catching up with family, doing all the fun stuff so that you are refreshed for the next day kind. You don't need to spend a lot of time doing a lot of stuff, but even if you can take small habits, small things and do it on a very regular basis. One of my favorite books is Atomic Habits. I think that's a good book talking about how you can get a lot of things done. Things I like to do, a lot of things. These days, mostly into running, do a lot of it times. But as I age, I think getting into more of walking and yoga. Reading, writing is another big hobby times. I read a lot, right? Not as often as I want to, but still good. Movies is another big hobby times. That keeps me busy after Aujas plays.
It actually started as a small thing, just looking at a way to keep fit and de-stress after work. So it started small. So you could run anytime, right? You didn't need any equipment, gym membership, anything. You could run anytime, right? Being a late night person, I always used to prefer run in the evenings. So I've done a few marathons. It started with 10Ks. I've done a few half marathons. One time I registered for the Bombay Marathon, and as usual I was late. So there were no slots for half marathon. So the only slot was a full marathon. So I decided to then register for that, and that's how I did my one and only full marathon with a dear friend. Good fun. Do half marathons and 10K still. Good way to keep fit, good way to de-stress, keep healthy. First, do good work. Be proud of the work you do. Two, learn, grow, become better, do bigger things in life. Three, have fun, enjoy, don't work too hard. अजीब दास्तां है ये, कहाँ शुरू कहाँ खत्म, ये मंजिलें है कौन सी, न वो समझ सके न हम.